When you're working in 3D, it can very quickly become quite a busy environment. So your workspace can include items such as objects, cameras, lights. So ways of organizing those assets is quite important in order to have an efficient workflow. Let's just quickly now create some objects and cone. The first thing I'll do is rename these objects, change the default name. So instead of pcube1, I'll call it box. Instead of psphere1, I'll call it ball. And cone, what can I call that? Well, I'll change it from pcone1 just to name it cone. Okay, so again, renaming objects is one of the ways in which you can keep track of what you're working on. Okay, so now we'll see how we can associate these objects with layers. Okay, on the right hand side here where we have the channel box, just below we have the layers editor. At the moment it's empty because we have no layers. Everything is just, if you like, in a default space. Okay, so layers is very much like creating folders to put files in. In some ways it's similar to Photoshop, although in Maya it is more an organizational feature. Okay, so the first step is we'll create 3 empty layers to associate each one of these objects. So to create layers, I'll just click on this icon, create new layer. You can see that a default layer name comes up, layer 1. So I'll just click in this space and it opens up the edit layer panel, and I can rename a layer accordingly. So I'll have one for the box, so I can call it maybe box layer and save. You can see it's renamed it. I'll create another new layer. This one I can associate with the ball. Again, I might call it ball layer. And one more. And this one could be cone layer. Okay, I mean, you don't have to use the word layer, just whatever's appropriate. So for example, if you're making building a house, you might want to organize all your items in relation to particular rooms. So you might call a layer bedroom, and in that bedroom you have several objects associated. But for us at the moment, the name layer should suffice. We'll now begin adding objects into layers. Starting with the cone layer, I'll select the cone. Now the cone layer is selected, you can see it's highlighted in blue. So what I'll do, the word cone layer, I'll right click on that and go to add selected objects. I'll do the same with the other ones. Select the ball layer, select the ball, and then right click, add selected objects. Cube, select the box layer, right click on that layer and add selected objects. Now, they still operate in the same space in a sense, but if you notice next to each layer we have a letter V. Now that V stands for visibility. So for example, say the box layer, if I turn off that V letter, it makes the cube invisible. For the ball layer, if I turn off the V, it makes the ball invisible. So now if I want to, I can just focus in and work